I thought you said you couldn't hear me. What? Thought you said it went with the other voice. Thought you said when you were on TikTok, you can't hear my voice. Well, I had a song with you.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your humble host, Save Our Children TV. This channel represents one thing, and that is to save our children. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video, turn on your post notifications so you'll be notified every single time I drop a brand new video. We have two stories tonight that I'm going to present. The first story I'm going to do is foster child is found dead in a washer, which happened in Texas, and a child is found dead in trash can. So like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, turn on the bell, subscribe to both my channels. Subscribe to my Crime Time channel, that I'd be grateful. And turn on the bells and notifications so you don't forget any time that I drop a brand new video. Hit that bell button and turn on the vibrating sound so you're notified every single time on both channels. 7-year-old boy found dead in a washing machine hours after parents reported him missing. Here's the article. Out of Harris County, Texas. Harris County, Texas, ticks and ill. A 7-year-old Texas boy was found dead inside a washing machine in his home hours after his parents reported him missing. The Harris County Sheriff's Office said. Troy Corley, a foster child adopted by the couple in 2019, was discovered in the top-loaded machine in the garage of his house on Rosgate Drive in Harris County's Vernon Woods subdivision on Thursday morning. Police responded to a call about the missing child about 5:20 a.m. Parents told detectives they first noticed Troy was missing at around 4 a.m. 2 hours later, the detectives found the boy inside the washing machine of the house after a thorough search of the neighborhood and other areas. The detectives have not revealed any information about the cause of death of the boy or if any foul play is suspected. We do not know what happened, but we intend to find out. Harris County Lieutenant Robert Matthews said reporters whether he was killed with the washing machine or killed and placed in it. We're so far from that. I can't comment, Mr. Mitchell said. He confirmed that Troy was clothed when they found him, but did not give details including if there was water inside the machine or if the leg was shot. The boy's father was at home at the time. His mother returned from a night shift at the hospital and was still in the uniform when police arrived. Information about the boys being missing was first disclosed by Mike Herman, Harris County Constable Princeton McCoy on Twitter. Now missing 7-year-old boy on a 4400 block of Rosegate Drive, Vernon Woods Division, Troy Corley, whose last seen wearing a blue shirt and pants, has a small afro hairstyle and has been missing for approximately 2 to 3 hours, this tweet said. Police Letter confirmed the Roy death and said an investigation was ongoing. A criminal investigation is underway. Police avoid the area, ask for everyone's prayers for the family. The statement said the parents are taken to police patrol cars for questioning the case. No arrests or charges have been made so far. Rudy Trevor, a neighbor living in the area for more than 40 years, expressed shock at the boy's death, who he sometimes used to see playing. It's bad, man. I've got great grandkids. I don't know how they were coping with it, Mr. Trevor told Houston 11. It shouldn't have to anybody. Wow. Now here's the article of that.
And thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Swift.
And I'm Brittany Jumpers. Just a few hours before the young boy was found, deputies say that his parents had reported him missing. And when authorities searched their home, his body was discovered.
This is all unfolding right now at a home off Rosegate Drive and Lestergate Drive. KPRC2's Kathy Hernandez joining us now live from there with the very latest on this investigation. Kathy.
Good morning to you. Absolutely horrific. Investigators tell us they found that boy's body in the washing machine of the garage in that home there. It's
What you up to, Mr.
accident,
Chopper?
and if he got him by himself or if he was killed.
Oh, yeah.
Tragedy in Spring.
See a black kid?
Investigators say they found 7-year-old Troy Kohler dead inside the washing machine of his home on Rosegate and Lestergate. Police say his mom and dad discovered he was missing in the middle of the night.
The child had possibly been missing since 4 a.m. They called in at about 5:20 for police after they couldn't find him.
Investigators say deputy constables arrived, searched the neighborhood, and then the home.
It was early in the morning. There was no indication that the door had been open or window open. And after searching the neighborhood, they were unable to find the child.
They say that's when they made the horrific discovery.
At that point, they found a deceased 7-year-old child in the washing machine in the garage.
A lot of questions remain. Investigators are not saying that they believe it was an accident, someone killed him, or if there were signs of foul play.
The soul is perfectly a kid. I got kids in my house.
I think the little boy
Definitely shocking for investigators and neighbors. They tell us that Troy was previously in foster care and adopted back in 2019. They're now interviewing with his mother and father. Of course, they also tell us that an autopsy will determine how the boy died. Reporting out of Spring, Kathy Hernandez, KPRC 2 News.
Kathy, thank you.
This is the father's interview.
So much for that. 6:32 now, the latest on this heartbreaking story from Spring where a 7-year-old boy was found dead in a washing machine.
This is after his parents reported him missing yesterday morning. Michelle Turner live with what the boy's adopted father told us late last night.
Foster father interviews, right?
Good morning. Jermaine Thomas spoke briefly with us after he was questioned by authorities and dropped off at his home behind me by a precinct 4 deputy constable. Now, he told us when he got to the home around midnight on Wednesday, the door was already unlocked. This is Troy Kohler's adoptive dad, Jermaine Thomas. He says he came home after work yesterday around midnight looking for his wife, and the door was already unlocked.
She's not gonna walk in the door right now. I don't have my keys, but I put my key in the door and then the door open. But anything else after that, I don't know.
Jermaine says Troy wasn't in the house, and around 5:30 that morning, the 7-year-old was reported missing. Deputies searched the neighborhood before they made the horrific discovery.
At that point, they found a deceased 7-year-old child in the washing machine in the garage.
Troy's mom and dad were questioned by authorities. No charges had been filed, but how did Troy end up in the washing machine? His condition and cause of death remain under investigation.
We just don't know how it happened.
The Department of Family and Protective Services confirmed the couple adopted Troy in 2019. He also attended Jenkins Elementary School, and Spring ISD says his death represents a great loss for our district, and we are providing ongoing counseling and grief services for students and staff members impacted by this tragedy. And so many questions surrounding this investigation. Today, we're hoping to learn a little bit more about what happened to little Troy. As soon as we find out more information, we'll be sure to let you know. Reporting live from Spring this morning, I'm Rochelle Turner, KPRC 2 News.
Michelle Fagan.
Okay, we're good now. Closing thoughts on this particular story. My opinion. Number one, in my opinion, I think that he was murdered inside that house and then placed in the machine because when they brought the machine out, in my opinion, if there was water in the machine, which the whole outside was becoming wet. So I think that he was killed and placed into the washer. That's just my opinion. I feel like there needs to be a bigger investigation. I think that there's suspicious people who needs to be interviewed, aka the adopted father. I accelerate the answers because I would this is a question that everybody wants to know. How did a child get into a machine? No. 2 ways. He was killed and then placed in there. And 2, he was put in there and it could have been held shut and it could have suffocated. It could be any sort of reason behind it. And hopefully, after the investigation, the cardiology report will come back, the autopsy report will come back and determine what was the cause and was there any trauma to the body. So there's a lot of people they're going to have to piece together. Something don't add up. I'm just saying. Something don't add up. And I'm going to say this. Since the study is about foster parents, adopted foster parents. Foster parents have a due diligence, which means they have a right to protect a child. They have the right to, if you're going to adopt a child, you need to be a supervised parent. And pretty sure, you know, in my opinion, with the father, the adopted father or the adopted mother, both of them had something to do with it. That's just my opinion. And I always say this: do background check. I'm talking about the foster system needs to start doing a thorough background check because you know you gotta be careful who you put around children and who you have adopting children. My opinion, again, I think there needs to be a bigger investigation. Something don't add up. His expression on his face, I don't know if he's holding something back. But that's not a normal reaction. There's no tears going down his face. Somebody who lost a child should be in disbelief, crying, maybe upset, maybe a lot of sorts of things. This don't look like any emotion on his face. So something has to take that. He either involved, partially involved, no, he did it, he didn't do it. He's holding something back, but it's gonna come out, and whoever responsible for this child being killed under the machine, whoever's responsible, I think needs to come forward. I think, you know, if we're bold enough to, you know, commit a crime, we should bold enough to speak the truth about it, you know. How would you think about this story? You know, this story is also crazy. You know, children shouldn't be found dead in crazy places. You know, machines, garbage cans, you know, why? You know, it's just don't understand it. To the 7-year-old war, I want to say this to the to the child. Number one, RP. Number two, you deserve 100% justice, and whoever is responsible is to be brought to justice. This seems like this was perpetrated. This seems like there was no accident. Again, he was found clothed, which means that it could have been empty. The machine, washing machine, empty, and the glove was placed in there. Again, this is heinous. It's the fact that the adoptive parents know what happened. They're just covering it up. I think they know what happened, and hopefully it comes out soon. And who is responsible to be brought up on charges, criminal charges. Thank you so much for watching this particular story. I have one more story for you guys. This next story comes out of Houma, Louisiana, and a missing 2-year-old is found dead in a trash can. Mom and mom's boyfriend is arrested. It's looking back on July the 13th of 2022. Houma, Louisiana. The search for 2-year-old Ezekiel Harry came to a tragic end on Despot Street in Houma, where police said his body was found inside a trash can. The Tyler's mother, Maya Jones, 28, and her boyfriend, Jermaine Robinson, 37, are facing charges related to first-degree murder and obstruction of justice. The search for Ezekiel started around noon Tuesday after police said Jones reported her missing. She initially told police he was abducted, but that story quickly unraveled as police began to suspect foul play. A large crowd was searching for Ezekiel was on the Intercoastal Waterway Mill where he was reported missing, but it was just a block away from the police department where he was found. Neighbors on Despot Street said police showed up out of nowhere. The homeowner on the property where Ezekiel's body was found in the trash can said she shot. She said she was laying down when she heard police whistling. They came up to see and accidentally laying down on the ground beside the trash. After that, police told me to go away from the house. I thought the lady was dead, but after that, they came to think that the lady said the baby was abducted. And after they interrogated her, she told what happened and brought them to the trash can where she was in front of my house. She said the lady who didn't want to be identified, I've got babies myself. It was scary. Paternal family members of Ezekiel said that there are 3 other kids as well, ranging in age from 5 to 10. Family members say they are unhurt. Here's the news and
Within the hour, we've learned more from Houma police about the death of a toddler yesterday. The body of 2-year-old Ezekiel Harry was found in a trash can. His mother had reported him missing hours before. Police determined her report was fake. Now both she and her boyfriend are in jail. Meg Ferris is live in Houma this afternoon. Meg, what did the police department have to say this morning?
Well, Devin, we just wrapped up a one-on-one interview with Police Chief of Houma, Dana Coleman, and he is shedding some light on what did happen yesterday. And we have some pictures of the scene yesterday. Now, this was a team effort with the Sheriff's Department and the State Police, Wildlife and Fisheries, the Coast Guard, many people searching for 2-year-old Ezekiel Harry. Charged today with first-degree murder and obstruction of justice is his mother, Maya Jones, 28 years old, and her boyfriend, Jermaine Robinson, 37. They are both in jail at this time. We're told by police that he has been suspected in the past of domestic abuse and drug use, and that they say there have been some felony charges in the past, which they are looking up for us. Now, later today, an autopsy is going to be done on little Ezekiel, 2-year-old Ezekiel, to see what the exact cause of death. But the chief tells us that he believes both the mother and her boyfriend were involved in that death. Now, there was some surveillance video that showed her with her 3 other children carrying an empty, carrying baby carrier toward the water. That's why all the different teams for hours and hours yesterday searched the intercoastal canal. Now, when we talked to the police, he is a father himself, and he said it was very tough on this police department and all the deputies who were out there searching. Here's what he had to say.
I mean, I just had to look at not only members with my department, but other agencies. When we found Ezekiel, this lifeless child stuffed in a duffel bag, just an array of emotions that we all had, to include myself. You gotta let the emotions flow, and then afterwards, you have to get yourself together because you have a job.
And on a personal note, Chief Coleman said that he did reach out to Trey Harry. You may recall we interviewed the father yesterday and his mother, the grandmother of Ezekiel, who of course were both just devastated. And he said as a father, he reached out to him, gave him his personal cell phone and said, you have 3 other children to raise, but call me anytime if you need any advice. Now we're told that those 3 other children ranging from ages 5 to 10 are now in protective custody, and it will be determined by them where they go, if they go with the father or if they are placed somewhere else. But the chief tells us at this time, the father's family is not suspected at all of being involved in what happened yesterday in the death of 2-year-old Ezekiel Harry. We'll have more on this later newscast and on our website, WWLTV.com. Reporting live from the Houma Police Station, Meg Farris, Eyewitness News. Back to you, Devin.
Fuel scoop.
There's always one thing that I talk about a lot on my channel, and that is that parents, particularly these women, are choosing these deadbeat criminals to procreate children with. First of all, why are you even with it? First of all, this man have a rap sheet for a simple song, and this is what you have to have on your 4 children. And now one of your children is dead because you and your boyfriend killed them and took the trash can. Number 2, you obviously didn't care about the children. And I hate when women go to court and they go to stand talking about, I love my children, and I would never do this to my children, and that out of this, and that out of that. But guess what, man? You chose a man over your own seeds. And the thing about it is, now you're both sent to jail first to be murder charges and obstruction charges. That's the thing. You have got to realize that, number one, you should have been to parenting classes, because if you couldn't raise a child, you should have never had a child. Number 2, I find it so funny how women in particular have these children benefits and for the money, and they kill them and they get mad and angry. I don't understand. First of all, what possession to keep children, and secondly, what possession to throw your child away in a garbage can like trash, and then put them in the duffel bag. I don't understand why some parents have children, and I always try to put a man down. Oh man, like these dirty dogs, men are the worst people on earth. But guess what? Every other week, there's always a woman on the news suspected of killing her children. So if anything, if men are supposed to be dogs, what are you, saint? Because I see far from it. If you all come to your children, we're the same. God, the devil, shouldn't be able to walk on this earth. Let me tell you this. Anybody who out here killing their children, abusing their children, any of that to their children. And I'm talking to people who have neighbors who does this. It's time to report what you see. You see something, you say something, you report the crime. You don't wait days later to contact the police. If you live next door to somebody who you know has been arrested for abuse, I don't care if it's abuse on an animal. If you see that person abusing something, whether it's a child, whether it's an animal, whether it's his wife, it's your obligation as the neighbor to phone 911 when you're saving somebody's life. Ezekiel heard your life could have been saved. If somebody heard something and said something, you heard something and called police, I think that, background checks are real needed. And we gotta start owning up to our stupidity. Do background checks. It's so important. Quit being thugs around your children with criminal history. I think that's gonna happen because it is. And then you're gonna get yourself involved in it. So I understand that you put yourself in a bad position. You broke so many red flags. Number one, that's a red flag. Is this mother chose a man with a criminal record to be around her child? Number two, you chose to put yourself in position to help a career criminal kill a child, which is your seed. And it don't really trash. Number one, to mom's boyfriend, you shouldn't have an obligation to discipline or kill somebody else's child. You killed somebody else's seed. And for what? We gotta start making examples. And we gotta start putting excuses into the atmosphere. Oh yeah, illness. Oh, he had an addiction. Oh, he had this. Oh, he had that. That's an excuse. That's an excuse. I hope the mother and I hope mom's boyfriend get the book thrown at them for what they did. Life in prison. This was heinous. This was cold-blooded. This was beyond just horrific. To dispose a human like trash. And to think that you have 4 other children, 3 other children. Man, you shouldn't have any children. Tell me what you think about these stories. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Please subscribe to the channels. It helped up the content for me to push up the quality of the videos. Just subscribe to the channel. That's all, subscribe. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications. Peace.